To be prepared for war is one of the most effectual means of preserving peace.
In the Rotterdam Ocean Coast shipyards, a yacht is nearing completion that will be the largest super yacht in the world. The identity of its owner was unknown, but has since been revealed by journalists to be Jeff Bezos. But there's a problem. The only route to the sea is blocked by a historical bridge. Most ships can fit under it no problem, but not this one. So the city has agreed to temporarily demolish a portion of the bridge, they say for no more than 2 weeks until it is rebuilt. This has locals in an uproar, and 20,000 people have joined a Facebook event to throw eggs at the yacht from the canal edge as it leaves for the sea. Ocean Co. says this project has brought a lot of money into the city, but locals are unimpressed. Said the organizer of the Facebook event, quote, "Normally, if your ship doesn't fit under a bridge, you make it smaller. But when you happen to be the richest person in the world, you just ask a municipality to dismantle a monument. That's ridiculous." The author of a book about the bridge said to the New York Times, quote, "It's a working class town, and they all know that Jeff Bezos exploits his workers. So people say, why should this guy be able to demolish the bridge for his boat?"
Even having a super yacht, just the mere fact of having a super yacht is like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. No,
Can I
agree.
Screw you, Jeff Bezos, on the radio? You know, I don't know. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, yeah. I was going to say, I'm pro-luxury. I'm a hedonist. I think it's good for society to have luxuries. I think it's good to have fancy restaurants,
totally. Yeah.
Big budget movies, fancy, hotels, whatever.
It's pretty much all I live for at this point.
Right. Regular people, or even people who are like well off, but not ridiculously so, can on occasion avail themselves of those things. A super yacht is something that only has any worth to people who are just obscenely wealthy. And I don't think anyone should be allowed to be that wealthy. And so it irks that there's like these entire industries that are just funded by a few thousand people who are ridiculously rich. What about their needs? Let's cater to their needs for gigantic dreadnoughts.
It is weird because I think the core of the problem is that we create people who, in what world do you need to own the super yacht? I can only think of one world where owning the super yacht is kind of acceptable. And that is, I have a business that rents out super yachts to people,
Yeah.
And therefore I own one, but
right. Yeah. Nothing against the guy who builds the super yacht.
Are you such a super yachter that you need to own the damn thing?
Right. And I'm pretty sure he has other super yachts. So it's like he needs one that's the biggest in the world. Like, how much time are you actually going to spend on this thing?
Right. To be fair, though, where do you draw the line? Because let's take a look at Jay Leno.
Sure.
Jay Leno collects classic cars, and I think he has like 60 cars. So here's somebody, let's say he doesn't have a super yacht. Maybe he does. I don't know. But let's pretend he doesn't for the sake of the equation. Is somebody collecting 60 supercars? Super yacht territory? I'm just kind of asking out loud. I don't expect an answer. We all have different answers to this. Is there a word like rhetorical that means like, I know we all have a different answer to this?
Yeah, I guess rhetorical, but it's, I think we would all draw the line in different places, but I think where you draw the line ultimately is based on how everyone else in society is doing, right? So, I think if everyone in the world was living like a medieval peasant and 10 people in the world had, the standard of living of
Jay Leno.
or even just of upper middle class suburban American, right?
Sure.
That to me would be obscene because everyone else is, living in huts, right? So to me, it's not about the super yacht. If we lived in a world that was just so plentiful for resources that everyone could have a super yacht, then heck, that would be great. Who doesn't like the idea of a super? Obviously, we'll never live in that world because resources are finite. But my problem is not the thing itself, but the massive disparity, right?
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine, even if I was infinitely wealthy, that my wife and I would basically be all, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Right.
And she's just all, we need to build the world's largest yacht, even bigger than our other yacht. And then that's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay, let's say you had $100 billion and for whatever reason, there was no expectation. Because, like, you're a decent person, so you would give away 99%.
Just decent, but go ahead.
But, like, let's say there was no expectation whatsoever. Like, there was no need for you to give any of it away. Let's say no one else in the world is suffering. You have $100 billion. You can get whatever you want. What do you do with that?
And nobody needs it? I guess
no one else
unless I needed it.
Right.
You know, but there would be no point where I needed to own a super yacht. Now, don't get me wrong. I know, I feel the need to throw this out now that we have haters online, but
we have haters online?
Just because I huck out an opinion, I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of perfect world of like where we all have super yachts and we're all friends and stuff. You know, maybe that exists. I don't know. But at this point, I don't know if it should be illegal, but because of the super yacht, let me put it this way. Because of the super yacht, Jeff Bezos and I can't be friends.
Yeah. No, I think that was maybe not in the cards already.
Is it because of my lack of a super yacht?
Yeah, I think he only hangs out with people who are, $50 million and above.
Oh.
So, but
almost,
it was funny researching this and reading the comments on different media, because most comments on most sources that were reporting on this, because everyone was reporting on this, was like, we hate Jeff Bezos. Ugh, so disgusting. I go to the article on Fox Business. The comments are like 90%, hey, he's bringing money into the city. And like, if he has the money, then he ought to. Yeah, I mean, there is truth to the idea that like, this isn't that big of a deal actually for the town. Like the bridge is going to be rebuilt is all, that's fine. This is not about that, right? It's not about the bridge. It's about the fact that the people there hate billionaires, which to me is reasonable. We should all hate billionaires, but a lot of people don't, I guess, because they think that one day they'll be a billionaire.
I don't think we should hate billionaires. I think billionaires should not be so hateable.
I think
I'm okay with billionaires as long as they're not billionaires for long because they get rid of the money.
Right. Well, that's exactly my position too. Like I can't think of a scenario in which it's ethical to have $1 billion, and because you can live comfortably for the rest of your life on a teeny tiny fraction of that. Like if you don't want to work anymore, I'm not going to begrudge you that you made $1 billion, but like,
yeah, totally.
You don't need all of it just sitting around. Yeah. He made Amazon. He doesn't have to work if he doesn't want to, but he should give away 99.9% of what he has.
Yeah, like his ex-wife. Crap. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, people are crazy. People are weird. Move on.
Moving on. Okay.
While teenagers prepare for a secluded slumber party, ghoulish atomic beasts who live off human blood